Hi, today I want to talk to you about something really important. It's celery juice. It's something I missed for my daughter, and I hope that none of you miss for your children and yourself. This is Bree's original consultation back in 1984 with Michio Kushi, who's the head of macrobiotics on the East Coast of the United States. And right in here, where I've got it circled, is celery juice. And I missed it. Because I was so involved with I was dealing with life or death, and I had to, when I knew that nutrition was going to help, I had to hit the ground running. And so I missed that one. But that was, in retrospect, so very important to Bree's long-term health. And in my cookbook, the second chapter in my cookbook is all about these original recommendations that were for Bree. And these are the recommendations that I followed, and after 2 years, Bree's grand mal seizures stopped. So that's my experience. So tonight I want to show you how easy celery juice is, how important it is. It is the fastest and best way to alkaline your gut. And all the new studies are relating the gut-brain connection, because they're made originally from the same tissue. Your immunity, most of your immune system is formed in your gut. So a healthy gut is really a great place to start. And when people ask me, where do I begin? I would say, wake up in the morning, have 2 huge bottles of water, drink that. I have 2 20-ounce bottles I drink as I'm getting ready for the day. And the next thing, make celery juice. Just start that. So how I do it is I use a whole thing of celery, and I just cut off the end here. So pick as much as you can, cut off the worst part. And I do the same thing with the top, just a little bit. So then what I do, to always organic celery, because if it's not organic, celery is one of the dirty dozen, which means it's highly chemical. So I always say organic. Then I use Bob's Red Barn baking soda, and I put a little bit. I have a bowl here. Put about that much. This is to wash my vegetables. Then I use, this is my filter. It's a naturalactionstechnology.com. This is convenient because I really haven't I've been living with friends and family for the last year, more or less since Bree passed. So you can travel with this to one home to the next. So that's how I do it. I fill up the bowl like that. The water goes right through. I can take it to a restaurant with me. It's just portable. They also have under counter and top of counter, but for my way I'm living right now, this works. So you fill the bowl with water, with good filtered water. Then you agitate it, because the scientific studies say that when it's agitated is when it works. So then I would take all the celery and just check for any, like there's a little spot here, I would just cut that out. Just check like. Then I cut it in half and I put it in the water. So then I get them all in a full bowl of water. I agitate them a bit, just mix them around. And then I take each piece, and this is a vegetable brush. They come in different sizes, and for me, once again, this is convenient for traveling. Like this is not my home, so I want to keep my presence, low-key, in respect to the other people. So I just rinse it then. I usually put the water on and rinse it like that. Then it goes in a bowl like this. This is all ready to go. And this I would do the night before. I always do it the night before, so that when you wake up, you're still half asleep and groggy. It's ready to go. Once you've got it all in there, though, just go like this, because there'll be some residue water, and just rinse it off. Hold it and let the water come off. Then I'll take it, and the plastic that this came in, I'll just cover it, put it in the fridge, and I'm ready for the next morning. So now what I'll do to show you how easy this is, it'll make a little sound. Juicers, a lot of times you can get them at yard sales. So, you know, and you don't need any high-end hundreds of dollars juicers. I think I got this a year ago on Amazon for about $45 to $50. I've used it every day for a year, so even if it broke tomorrow, I've more than gotten my money's worth from it. But I know you can get them. So many times I see them at yard sales because people get them and then don't use them, unfortunately. So then I put a cup under here. It's going to make some noise for a minute. But let me show you this. And then you get, I will drink this whole, this glass is a 16 ounce, so I'll drink a 16 ounce every day. If you have some major intestinal digestive issues, I do 2 glasses of that a day. For my daughter, I so regret not having clued into all the information coming out right now about celery juice and the healing. It's considered this amazing healing tonic. And really, celery is an herb, actually. And if for some reason, you know, if you're used to eating North American foods, your taste buds are going to be a little used to all the additives and the processing and the preservatives. And I know that myself because after I changed over, you know, 34, 35 years ago, I remember like 6 months later, after eating peanut butter with no sugar in it, like the commercial ones have sugar added to them and different things. I was at a friend's house and the only thing to eat was peanut butter, and I tasted it, and at that my taste buds had changed so much that it tasted terrible because it has sugar in it. Normal peanut butter has sugar in it, which, you know, will weaken your immune system, so you don't need that. If for some reason you need to adjust to the celery juice, you can add an apple to this. Juice an apple in with it. This is a juicer. You want juice, you don't want a blender this. Totally different thing going on between juicing and blendering. Now I'll make a smoothie for my next thing I'll have in the day, and that'll be in a Vitamix blender, you know, and that all the pulp is in it. But this medicinally is the juice that you want. I've got to tell you a story about a lady that I met when I did the TED Talks. I went into a store and we got around to nutrition, which it generally does, and she said, what do you think of celery juice? And I said, well, I think it's fabulous. I do it every morning. And she said that she had been 21 days, this is her experience, 21 days drinking celery juice every morning. And before she had started, she was on medications for reflux. And after 21 days, she was off the medication for the reflux. So that was like, I just do it because I feel so much better after I have celery juice to start the day. I definitely think it's good for like it's very calming too. It's good for the adrenals. So like if you're having a stressful day and freaking out, or life is just challenging, celery juice is calming. It's good for the kidneys. It's any acidosis, any distended stomach, because it raises the hydrochloric acid in your stomach. So that makes better digestion. So if there's any issues around digestion, headaches, aches and pains, it's a great anti-inflammatory. So anything around the inflammation, you just can't go wrong. It's celery juice, and it has mineral salts in it, and these are beneficial. What's in celery is not your table salt. This is beneficial minerals in this. So I think I've given you everything, how to wash it, do it the night before. Then you know, once I've done this, I just clean my, you know, take everything off, clean it, leave it on the side of the sink, it dries out, and it's ready for the next use. So please, I guess, I mean, for me, I wish I had caught this. I didn't catch it because I was cooking so much, and Brie was eating so much food. I missed out on the celery juice, and I know in every part of my being that it would have made a tremendous difference, because she did have a distended stomach, and it would have made a huge difference for her in the ability to digest better. So it's easy. Just make sure it's organic celery, and I believe I've covered everything for celery juice. Please try it out and enjoy.